Hi everyone, welcome to Vasa Indica's podcast Spotlight. Today we have Tushar Jaitley, the founder of Tweed and Twine, one of the most amazing and upcoming brands in men's fashion. Tushar, over to you. Would love for you to give a brief introduction about yourself and about Tweed and Twine.
Thank you, Yuvraj. So Tweed and Twine is a fairly young brand. We're just about a year old, and we're trying to make classics cool again. We're in a fun space, predominantly menswear, but we also do women's. So yeah, we're just trying to do our bit and build the brand. Thank you for having me.
No, that's fabulous. I didn't know that you guys also did women's stuff. I thought it was primarily a men's brand. So nice.
It actually started as a menswear brand, but
Yeah,
then post our first collection, there were so many women who reached out that, oh, we need a nice suit or we need a nice trench. Um, and that's when we decided let's just do a bit of women's wear as well. So the last summer we came out with a women's wear collection as well.
yeah.
And this winter again we're doing some long coats and trenches and some jackets, school jackets for women as well.
Why not, man? Why not? I think
Yeah.
that's fabulous. So tell me, Tushar, a little bit about your background, right? Like, what did you do prior to this? What got you interested into this?
Okay. So basically, I'm a design student. I graduated from EAD in Torino, Italy. I
Hmm.
graduated as a product automobile designer, and I had my own motorcycle design studio
Wow.
uh, for a while since I think 2012 to 2017.
Hmm.
We were one of the leading custom motorcycle builders and designers in the country.
Super
uh,
cool.
and then life took a little bit of turn, and then I got roped into another brand, but I always wanted to do something creative, which was always an extension of my previous thing called TJ Moto.
Hmm.
uh, and of course clothing had been a passion since day one, and with the influence of being in
Yeah.
Italy where fashion and
Yeah.
good looking clothes and good looking people, I mean, it's the hub, right? uh, and my younger brother is actually a fashion stylist as well, so he also pushed me ki, you've been wanting to do this for a while and you've been doing this for your friends and family, your
Yeah.
cousins. Why don't you just create a brand
Yeah.
and do it properly rather than just from the outside? So that's how it came about. And yeah, it's just a creative extension of what I do.
So that's so interesting, right? So the moment you said I went to Italy into a design school,
Yeah.
right? Automobile design was the last thing in my brain, right? I thought this is going to be like design of clothes, fabrics, etc., right? Like your
No.
typical, and it's such a drastic shift.
So, bro, it's actually not,
Hmm.
because you know the great part about my education there was that, ठीक है, your major is into cars, for example,
Hmm. Hmm.
but your approach towards design is so holistic
Hmm.
that it's not very product specific per se. So, for example, my thesis that I did was uh, was with this brand Mini,
Hmm.
BMW Mini Cooper wala.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And our our theme was in totality for us to have a fashion line and a car. So we did the thesis in collaboration with the fashion students. They took inspiration from the car we were designing, and we would take inspiration from the clothes that they were designing. So it was a really cool collab, and yeah, so I think that was also a great push that it doesn't need to be just one
Yeah.
thing specific. And
Yeah.
if you look at all these bigger brands also, they're not just uh, confined to just one thing.
Yeah.
So if you're more into design, then you can keep doing other things that interest you and products that are of your fancy.
Yeah.
So I think it just works.
No, that's very interesting, right? Because, but I think this will be like quite intriguing for a lot of people, like to know what aspects of like design are kind of agnostic of the industry that you pick, right? And particularly, what were the ones that you picked up from automobile design and you were able to easily translate into like, fashion apparel design?
yeah,
And very much honing in a little bit on the men's fashion because typically whenever you see like either an automobile ad, right, which is geared towards men, or even a fashion ad which is geared towards men, you will see like a very well dressed man next to a very sexy automobile,
yeah.
right? So they go hand in hand. So I would love for you to like maybe throw a little bit of light on that.
So, bro, I think my takeaway from that would be the first thing that I mean, that comes to my mind would be your color trims.
Hmm.
Okay. Second would be proportions. So, for example, you have this really sexy car,
Hmm.
but when you go on the inside, uh, the color trims of the seat, the stitching on the edge of the seat, the contrast with the leather and the thread. So just very small nuances, but that's what we kind of pick, right? And
Right.
that's been instilled in my process since a while. So
Right.
I mean, maybe when we come down to our product, I'll show you a few.
Why don't we do that right now? Why
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's a perfect
Yeah.
opportunity.
So yeah, so this is a tweed jacket that we're doing
Yeah.
this season, right? So if you look at it, it's a houndstooth blue tweed jacket,
Hmm.
but like I said, on the interior, you have this really nice hot pink
Yeah.
piping. That's a
Hmm.
contrast to the blue,
Hmm.
and then again, like just if you can see the threads are hot pink and
Yeah.
we do this buttonhole in a contrast, so very small design details that
Hmm.
you kind
Hmm.
of picked up, because it just enhances the product. And
Yeah.
like a car, for example, like on the
Uh-huh.
outside it's a nice sexy looking blue
Right.
jacket, but on the inside, like the interior, it's very clean and it has that little detail. So
Yeah.
just picked up things, and they've always just been at the back of your head, and that's how it came about.
That's very
not not,
cool.
not much thought per se gone
I
into
guess
that.
when I guess when some of those design principles get so deeply ingrained in your mind, you're not
Yeah,
consciously applying them, but subconsciously,
yeah,
right? They
exactly.
become part of like the process.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Not like designing a suit jacket from outside is fairly standard, right? But identifying, okay, what color of thread that
yeah,
needs to like go with this fabric, with this
yeah,
color tone, what kind of lining do you want to put in? Certainly, right? Like there are a lot of nice looking cars from outside, especially
yeah,
now, there are a lot of nice looking Chinese cars from outside as well, right? But what is inside really
yeah.
matters as well,
Yeah.
right?
Also, I think since my college days, like my philosophy has been a little bit more old school.
Hmm.
So like to stick to the classic aesthetics
Yeah.
has subconsciously kind of been programmed.
Why is that like your kind of guiding philosophy? And what makes you focus more on this bringing the classic back?
I think it's just a comfortable space, bro. To be very honest, that's
Hmm.
how I've been uh, dressing myself up since God knows when,
Hmm.
um, and I think that's just a comfortable space that uh, I feel empowered in, and
Hmm.
I feel it's something that's always going to stay, bro. Like,
Hmm.
you know, if again coming back to the whole automotive thought process, uh, some of the cars that were designed back in the day for me are still way more beautiful than anything that's designed today, not taking away the
Hmm.
fact that what's come out there now is not beautiful or not good to look at.
Yeah.
But if you put the two of them together, the character of the old one is way more than what it is now. So I
Yeah.
think it's just my approach towards things, but I think that's just me.
Right. So now, I mean, given today you see a lot of like street fashion, right? Or a lot of this oversized fashion coming into play,
Yeah,
sustainable dressing, you might want to call it, right? And with Gen Z as well, even some millennials, right? They're moving away from a lot of classic dressing, which looks fabulous, right?
yeah.
What do you think? Why is that happening, and how do you think Tweed and Twine can actually solve that problem?
Bro, I don't know how that's happening. I mean, it's too large a question
Hmm.
to put your finger down on, but I feel that in fashion, there's nothing right and nothing wrong as long as you are comfortable in uh,
Hmm.
what you wear. And of course, what I would add here is it needs to be occasion specific. You
Hmm.
know, if for example you are required to be at a meeting, for example, I'm just giving a
Yeah.
hypothetical example. It's it's nicer to be dressed in a proper manner rather than dressed down in a more casual manner. But then again,
Hmm.
coming back to the fact that what is that environment like? Correct,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
a lot of businesses, startups, etc. now also encourage this whole dressed down culture.
Yeah.
So if it fits, it fits. It's great.
Hmm.
If that's that's the culture you're surrounded by, you're in, then great, man. Go for a really really cool crisp t-shirt and like joggers or whatever is floating your boat and
Hmm.
rock that, and that's
Yeah.
great. I think then that makes you cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
if, yeah,
sorry, no, go on, please.
no, then that's what I was saying. It needs to be specific to where you are and the environment you're in. So
Yeah.
if it fit, great.
But I think there's always a moment to like, kind of clean up and
Yeah,
shape up
yeah,
into being like a classic man or a classic woman, right? Like,
yeah,
so I think there is a need to like educate people a little bit more on like some of the classic dressing, right?
yeah,
And particularly, I think you do a lot of innovation around it, right? Typically, people think it's just a suit, right? Or it's a bandi or a
yeah,
bandkala, and that is about it, right?
yeah,
So these are the broad categories, right? But you've done a lot of innovations around different kinds of blazers, different
yeah,
kind of trousers and bandis and whatnot, right?
yeah.
So give us maybe like a list down of what all kind of products do you make, and what all like occasions do they typically serve?
So, bro, I think we do a bit of everything classic and that one would require in an everyday setting, I would say.
Mhm.
So the collection that we do predominantly is made in a way where you can mix and match everything.
Hmm.
So for example, we do just a basic example, like we do a classic blue blazer, right? It's your go-to jacket that I think everyone at some point in time owns.
Yeah.
How we present it is in a way where you can dress it up or you can dress it down. So
Hmm.
if you wear it with a nice gray trouser shirt, you could put in a tie, makes it formal. You
Hmm.
can wear it with a t-shirt, jeans, just throw it on, it's casual. So the idea is that the consumer doesn't get intimidated about the fact कि यार ओहो इवेंट है तो मुझे एक ये स्पेसिफिक चीज चाहिए है या
Hmm.
I don't have to invest in. It's a very versatile
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, product. So
Hmm.
I mean, we try to do most of our pieces on that philosophy per se, so that one, very few people like you and I and a few friends of ours that we know who buy and make clothes as often and frequently as we do, because we like to
Hmm.
do it, not because of
Hmm.
any occasion, right?
Yeah.
But for most consumer, it's key. Oh, if there's a wedding coming up, or there's oh, I'm traveling for an event which requires me to be in a particular attire, then they come out, right? But what we try to tell them is that you are investing in a piece, and it's coming at you at a cost to you. So why not utilize the
Hmm.
product to the max? So
Yeah.
that's what my philosophy and
Yeah.
thought says.
So
We're
your
also
one
we're also,
so your one look serves like a versatile set of use cases, right? Multiple
yeah,
looks as well, right? Like so
yeah,
just one
yeah.
product can be like fit into various things. Do you sell the whole looks or do you focus on like, pushing the product to a customer?
So totally, we of course we do the whole look, but
Hmm.
totally depends on what the client is looking for. So, for example, this season we're doing. I don't have the product. It's at Vasa actually. What we're doing is we're doing a few velvet dinner jackets.
Hmm.
But what we've done is, in a usual dinner or tuxedo jacket, the lapel is satin, right?
Yeah.
We've not changed that. We've given that same in the same velvet material.
Velvet material.
So we're doing a dark wine, we're doing a midnight blue, and we're doing a black double breast.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
others are peak lapel, single breasted. But the idea behind doing that was that everyone does need a dinner jacket,
Yeah.
but they wear it that one time that they need to go, and then it's lying in your cupboard, right? But with this, what you do is you can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with a turtleneck, you can dress it up with a tux jacket and a bow tie. You
Yeah.
can wear it. You can wear it with casual pants. So it's not just that one time wear dinner jacket. You
Right.
can utilize it how you want. It becomes like your go-to jacket. You're going out on a Friday night, Saturday night, you want to look cool, just throw that on. And it doesn't have to be oh, it's a formal tuxedo wala party and I need a jacket. So it's easy like that.
I get the point, right? Like that you're investing into some of these pieces, and it's not just like purely for a single occasion, but can be
Yeah,
utilized for like, various things, or even your casual Friday dinner or hanging out with friends or
exactly,
like a Saturday
exactly.
brunch, etc. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I
I
think
think
that's
when you
sorry.
get when you get more wares out of your product, you also start liking it more. So for
Hmm.
someone who's not too much into wearing a dinner jacket, for example, but okay, they had to have it for that one occasion and now they've bought it. So instead of it just lying there and that consumer being कि यार मैंने एक टाइम पे कभी ली थी ये तो पहनना ही नहीं होता, we give that a bit of extra key motivation, I would say. Oh, we can acha, let's style it like this and wear it. So they
Yeah.
get more wears out of it, they get more comfortable with it, and then I think it subconsciously comes in that okay, I don't need it for that one occasion. I can use it however I want.
However, yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, no, I think that's also like a interesting thing, right? Because a lot of people typically used to buy this and they'll like spend a lot of time focusing on it and they'll not get a lot of utility out of it. And what ends up happening is that they grow out of it, right?
yeah,
Either they slim down or they gain weight, right? And then they don't fit into it, right? So they don't see
yeah,
the utility till. So I think adding a level of, I would say, like value for money, right? Given the quality of the product, and then
yeah,
of course drawing utility out of it will go a long way. And there are a lot of customers, right, who would still like to, properly clean up and put together like a classy look. I'm a huge fan of like large lapel blazers,
yeah,
double-breasted jackets, and like those high-waisted pants. I've
yeah,
I've had high-waisted pants like since I think the last like 3, 4 years, right?
yeah,
And there are not a lot of brands who are able to like build that, right? Who are able to like get it accurately, right? You see these
yeah.
things doing pretty well in like some of the Western countries, like, maybe in Japan, South Korea, part of
Fitter
the US.
people.
Yeah, exactly. But you
Yeah,
don't see a lot of like brands building and bringing that product over here in India.
yeah,
So I think you've done a great job in kind of creating a lot of those products.
thank you.
I think a personal request, I would love for you to create some denim high-waisted pants.
Yeah.
I saw a few of them like in different brands and I ordered it. Something was made in China. It was horrible, right? So I'm
So, bro,
sure,
the thing is, I totally get where you're coming from, but if we take two steps back, right?
sure.
High waisted trousers and the Gurkha pants, etc. They've been there since donkey's years, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But back in the day, one needs to understand that everyone mostly got their clothes tailored. So it
yeah,
was it was made to fit them. It was made for them. Correct. So if we're going down that bespoke route, then for that individual, we can make something really, really cool. But if I need to do something off the rack,
yeah.
we're a country of, you know,
Varying variety and
varying varieties.
sizes.
So, from a business standpoint, uh, one does need to think if it's
Yeah,
going to be feasible off the rack.
yeah.
But definitely, we're doing a denim high-waisted pant for you.
Done. So that
Yeah,
that we'll take offline, and I'll come see you when I'm in Delhi next. But
100.
But yeah, I think this is a nice segue into like, from a like thinking from a business perspective, you have to create these things, which are more easily acceptable, fit a larger section of people. So
Yeah,
when you started this a few years ago, right? Like, tell me as a D2C brand or as an early stage brand, like what were the
yeah.
steps like? What were the challenges? And where do you see your brand going forward?
So, bro, one, I didn't want to reinvent the wheel.
Hmm.
Uh, I wanted to keep it fairly simple for myself, not for anyone else. Uh, there is nothing that I do that I wouldn't be comfortable wearing.
Hmm.
Uh, and how the brand kind of evolved also was with me suggesting my friends and family for things that they weren't able to find or like would like something that I was wearing, right? So that philosophy has still been a major, I would say, part of how we design. So we like to keep things very simple, very easy. Uh, we do stuff that's not very over the top or in your face sort of a thing that you know today चल रहा है कल नहीं चलेगा. I'm very conscious of that fact. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
I've had clothes since I was in college in Italy. Like this sweater that I'm wearing, I got this back in the day in uni. But that's the thing. Like this is never going to go out of fashion or out of style, right? Like, and you can just wear it how you want. So that's the idea behind what I make for the brand as well. That it takes you on a journey and it's with you and you don't get bored of it. So
Hmm. Hmm. Understood. Understood. So
so
very practical problem
yeah,
solving from people
yeah,
around you, right?
yeah, yeah. So that's how I think that's exactly how it started. So
And were you primarily doing D2C? Were you doing, through your workshop? Where were you present?
bro, starting to we were just doing friends and family,
Hmm.
uh, and धीरे धीरे we build a website. We are retailing out of the website. But then again, that's the problem bit that the conversation is going
The
to
tailor.
go into
Yeah.
now. uh, because a product like ours, especially for men, we are not that pro on online shopping. Buying a jacket for whatever 20-25,000 off a website
Hmm.
for a fairly new brand. uh, I don't know how comfortable one is, but of course an online presence gives you that validation, and is a great place to showcase your collection, what kind of
Yeah.
product you're doing, how you're styling, etc. Because visually, one needs to look at. So that's where Vasa has been a great help, because I don't have a store.
Hmm.
We're just at the starting of our journey. So when Rishi and I were talking about it a couple of months back in our fairly initial stage of the journey, and he told me about Vasa coming up as a platform, and it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer, and I said, let's just do it. But he was like, let's do it in the correct manner. And I
Hmm.
think even now, we're still building on that journey. We're
Yeah.
trying to curate better things.
Yeah.
We're trying to add more products. We're trying to give the customer what they're not getting anywhere else. They're coming to us for this, say, for example. So I think it's a great platform, a great help for brands like me. So that was a challenge initially, because we
Hmm.
didn't we didn't have a place, right? So any customer would be like, "Dhanji, shop kahan hai aapka? Studio kahan hai? Where do we come?"
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And I was like, "No, we give you that service, but
Yeah.
um, it becomes difficult after a point. So you do need to have some sort of a physical presence, a touch and feel factor
Touch
for
and feel
someone to
factor.
come try a piece on, and that's where Vasa has been,
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, no, that's fabulous, and I mean we're very lucky to have you. Actually, like you're one of my favorite brands,
Yeah,
and I think you guys do like really good stuff, right? Like I've seen Rishi wear some of it. I've seen my father-in-law wear some of it as
yeah,
well. right?
Yeah,
So clearly, right, like it's very early adoption, right? And there is like no other brand, who gets like picked up very quickly from like all the family members itself.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
I know.
sure, you'll do like fabulously well, like as like we focus more on like serving men's fashion needs as well, which are a growing focus in Delhi
Absolutely.
NCR.
Absolutely, not just Delhi NCR. I think men in general now are
100%.
more comfortable with being out there with their choices of fashion.
Yeah,
Uh, it's great. People experimenting with colors, with different kind of fits and looks, and great. Yeah, like it's a good time and space to be out there.
100%. 100%. Cool. So I think, Tushar, more or less, I've gotten a good sense, right? I want to understand that where do you see Tweed and Twine's journey in the future, right? I already know your product is fabulous, the quality is great, the pricing is amazing, right? And
Yeah,
you've actually gotten some right kind of traction as well, right? Like I've seen Veer Das, one of my favorite comedians, have also worn Tweed and Twine, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you have a brother who's a stylist, right? So all the right side of networks. Where
Yeah.
do you see Tweet and Twine going from here?
Bro, that's a tough one also, but I think we're we're looking at going to different cities for sure.
Hmm.
Right now, we are based predominantly Delhi and Bombay. Bombay because Pranay, my brother, is based there.
Yeah.
But I definitely do want to be present in other cities like Hyderabad, maybe Cal, Raipur, down south, Bangalore.
Hmm.
I think that's somewhere now on my mind as well to see how that is. Uh, yeah, and that's the trajectory I want to kind of take for the brand.
Nice.
And
So
of course,
mostly
yeah, and of course, keep adding more products.
more
We
products.
also want to get into some sort of lifestyle goods, some kind of accessories, etc.
Hmm.
We're already doing pocket squares for
Yeah.
men and
Yeah.
scarves for women, 100% silk with some really cool, designs. Not your
Motifs.
run-of-the-mill corporate looking, designs that are out there. So some
Yeah.
fun stuff. Just uh, us brainstorming and playing with thoughts and ideas that we'd like to implement. So just stuff like that.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think a lot of cool accessories are coming on our way, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Slow and
I
steady, but definitely.
yeah, that's the right approach, right? You don't want to like flood the number of SKUs, and
Yeah,
you have to like kind of go with the market demand.
yeah.
But
We
yeah,
don't even have the bandwidth to flood, so we're
yeah.
taking it easy.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So, Tushar, I think one thing, right? So we have this short, like a pop quiz at 60 seconds, rapid style fire,
Okay.
right? So I want to get to that where in 60 seconds, I want to see how many styling tip questions you can answer. Prior to that, I want to do a separate segment with you, right?
Okay.
So, given your background, this is purely for you. So, you pick up five of your looks or five like of your products which you really like, and you give me a nice car which goes with it, right? We'll pick out the pictures of the car, and
Oh
we'll
wow.
create
I'm
something cool.
I'm off the automotive space in so long.
Pick
Um,
any cars, it doesn't matter.
okay. There'll be a lot of editing here, but
Sure, no
let
worries.
let let's see what we got.
Yeah. So, let's say a double-breasted jacket.
A double-breasted jacket.
Or should we do it the other way around? I give you the car and you give me the outfit.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Let's do
Okay,
that.
let's do that, right? Okay, great. So let me start with Rishi's favorite car, a Mahindra Thar.
Oh, a Mahindra Thar. I think we do this uh, denim-esque blazer or denim sort of overcoat. That's your no-brainer, throw-on, no frills sort of a product. So I think that would fit Rishi's Thar. Like
Okay,
no-brainer, take it anywhere, do whatever. Uh, don't have to think.
nice. Okay, very cool. Okay, what about Range Rover?
Oh, I'm getting all the SUVs. A Range Rover, which Range Rover? Because,
Let's say autobiography.
oh wow, the double-breasted velvet dinner jacket.
Sexy. Okay, let's go into a nice Mercedes sedan, like an E-Class or an S-Class.
An S class. Um, I would either do the brown houndstooth jacket and pants, maybe if it's a um, casual setting,
Yeah.
or I would do uh, the beige double breast suit that we do, the one that your father-in-law also has.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah,
Coming to that, right? A sturdy, economical, still a luxury car, Toyota Camry.
the classic blue blazer. So no brainer. Classic blue blazer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Camry is my favorite car, so
Awesome, awesome.
yeah,
Lovely, lovely.
yeah.
Okay, now I think the last is let's pick I want to pick like an Indian car.
Oh,
Let's see. I think what I have seen a lot recently is a Tata Harrier or a Mahindra XUV 700.
oh wow, man. Uh,
I'm trying to hit all the ranges.
oh man. I don't know, dude. Um, a Mahindra XUV 700. You could do. What would I pair that with? What would I pair that with? I would probably pair it with something more casual, I guess. Like still, um, I would do like um, a linen safari, pocketed jacket and jeans situation.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
I think these are great suggestions.
yeah,
And let's see what we come up with this. So
yeah.
thanks a ton for this. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So let us now go to the last segment. I'll start a 60-second timer and I'll
Can
just,
I just get a minute? You are
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, please, please, please.
just
Yeah,
sorry, sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, so sorry for that.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready.
No, no, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So what's the inspiration behind your personal style?
Inspiration behind my personal style. I think more more comfortable but cohesive. Uh,
Okay,
so I think uh, just putting regular clothes that complement each other together. Not much thought, but yeah.
cool. What's a fashion trend you're obsessing over?
Off late double breasts.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's a common style misconception you'd like to debunk?
Common style misconception that I would like to debunk, that a blazer is only for a formal occasion.
Okay.
Like
What's
a jacket.
your, yeah, sorry.
No, like a jacket is only like if it's a formal occasion, then only I'll wear it. No, you can just dress it down, make it cool.
Okay. What's your favorite unexpected color combination in fashion?
I think grays and yellows go really well. People don't experiment much with that, but like a nice classic, I would say, pale yellow jumper and gray pants, like flannel pants, would look nice. I don't know.
Yeah, that good, that good.
Yeah.
And final question, what's your approach to accessorizing?
Oh, accessories are a big part of anyone's wardrobe. I mean, that's the reason why we did pocket squares. It was a running joke at one point in time with my friends that I sleep with a pocket square also. So, yeah, a pocket square, a nice watch, are always something that it should be a no-brainer. Like,
Yeah,
so
cool.
accessories always.
Awesome, awesome. No, I think these are great style tips. And thank you so much, Tushar, for taking out the time and joining us on the podcast, right?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate it. All right.